On the show, in Wheelspin, we drive the Rolls-Royce Phantom Drophead Coupe and have a look at the new Dawn. In Going in Style, we visit the Lamborghini factory. Quicker presents the Quicker Car Guide. And on the road, we drive the Fiat Punto Abarth to Sultanpur Bird Sanctuary. Let me begin this episode by wishing all of you viewers a very happy Diwali well in advance. And on this very special occasion, I have a very special car, a Rolls-Royce. And not only a Rolls-Royce, but again, a Rolls-Royce which is a convertible and is styled like a coupe. A Rolls-Royce which is called the Phantom Drophead Coupe. The Phantom Drophead Coupe, as the name suggests, is based on the Phantom and was launched in 2007 to provide an option of open-top motoring. The first Drophead Coupe went on sale in the US in the same year and was auctioned for a hopping $2 million, making it the most expensive new car to be ever sold. The Phantom Drophead Coupe is in fact the most expensive Rolls-Royce. Rolls-Royce hasn't really made too many cars which are convertible, and this is the reason why this Phantom Drophead Coupe is so very special. Obviously, it has everything that Rolls-Royce offer in their motor cars. Luxury, I should call it indulgence, a powerful motor to give you performance, and of course the Rolls-Royce badge. But on top of this car gives you this, a sliding roof, which is just about perfect to enjoy a day like this. Time for me to get going. This car here is powered by a giant of an engine, a V12 6.75 litre which churns out a peak power of over 450 brake horses and over 700 Newton meters of torque. And what I really like about driving a Rolls-Royce is the engine. The engine here is absolutely refined and it's smooth, and the best thing here is it's so quiet. You don't really hear a sound coming from the engine bay. Even when you accelerate hard, it's really, really quiet in here in spite of the fact that this is a convertible. I'll stick out my neck here and say the Rolls-Royce engines are really the best engines ever made. They are quiet, they're smooth, and the power delivery is absolutely linear. Every time I step on the gas, the surge of power is relentless. One eager horse comes jumping out after another, and you soon break the legal speed limits. So you really have to keep an eye on the speedometer here to make sure that you are not doing something which is grossly illegal. And the engine here is mated to a gearbox which does the job of shifting the gears without you even knowing it. In fact, the gearbox here is hooked onto a satellite which reads the road ahead of you and shifts the gear well in advance. And this is what results in good power delivery as well as fuel economy. Overall, the ride is typically Rolls-Royce. It's one of the cars which gives you a perfect ride. It's soft and soaks in all the bumps and aberrations of the road effortlessly, and you have a feeling that you're gliding on the road instead of really being driven on it or driving it. In fact, the experience of driving a Rolls-Royce is a completely different one and a very enjoyable one. And I can tell you that no matter whether you spend time behind the wheel of this car or even in the rear seat, you will still enjoy the ride. And as far as I'm concerned, I certainly like the driving part. Plenty of power and quick acceleration. This is what makes it very enjoyable. If You drive a convertible and sometimes worry about the fact that what happens if the weather changes from sunny to rainy. Then of course you have the top which will come out, but Rolls-Royce is a company which pays a lot of attention to detail, and they also have something to get you home bone dry. This, the umbrella, which is tucked inside here, and this is not the only one, by the way. You get more of these. If you pop open the boot, there are 2 more, so total of 4 set of umbrellas to make sure that you and your passengers get inside the house without getting really dripping wet. And what more is the fact that these umbrellas too have been crash tested. Yes, Rolls-Royce does offer a high level of safety, and the Drophead comes equipped with 12 airbags, along with all the safety features like traction control, hill assist, anti-lock brake system, 360-degree camera, park assist to help the driver and ensure that parking such a big car is not a chore. The Phantom Drophead Coupe here is a car which is really fun to drive around in. It has everything that brand Rolls-Royce really stands for: class, elegance, and plenty of power coming from that monster V12 engine here. And of course, it has everything that you need in terms of luxury. And one added element is, of course, that this being a convertible is a lot more fun to drive in, and especially if it's a nice day like this. And if you like Rolls-Royces and convertibles, then I have some more good news for you. The good thing is that Rolls-Royce really hasn't stopped thinking about convertibles with the Phantom Drophead Coupe. In fact, if anything, that is just the starting point, an appetizer if you will, and they have planned in fact a full course meal of convertibles with a brand new car they're going to launch early next year. Let's have a look. The Dawn is a brand new car from Rolls-Royce, and the platform as well as the styling is all new. And in fact, this is one of the rare cars from Rolls-Royce in recent times which is positioned as a full convertible. The Dawn here, a car which Rolls-Royce will offer to you next year, as I said, a car which without any pretensions is a convertible. Comes with a soft top which drops down at the touch of an electric button here to give you the pleasures of open top motoring. And like a Rolls-Royce, it is steeped in luxury. The instant you step into the Dawn here, you know it's a Rolls-Royce. You don't really have to look at the logo here to tell you that, because everything really is of the finest quality. Lamb for carpet, the wood veneer here is really nice, and the leather, of course. You might think that the color of this seat here is a little bit flamboyant. So do I, but there's a reason behind it. Rolls-Royce says that this is the exact color of the dawn, the early morning when the sun really comes out. And they have done a lot of research to tell you that, so I take their word on it. But of course, Rolls-Royce offers you a bespoke program, which means that you can change the color, you can choose the material, and you can have a very different interior from this one. But the good thing I like here is the seat at the back. It not only has a rear seat, but it does have enough space for people to sit in. In fact, 2 adults can comfortably sit in terms of the leg space and the head space. And that exactly is the intention that Rolls-Royce has, to give you a car which you can enjoy with your family and friends. And this is exactly what the Dawn is. The Dawn will make its appearance in the market early next year. And with this car, Rolls-Royce hopes to target a brand new segment of young Rolls-Royce buyers. When you pop open this big bonnet here, what you will find underneath it is a very traditional Rolls-Royce motor, a 6.6 litre V12. which I am sure will make this Dawn good fun to drive. The Dawn here sure looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and with the Rolls-Royce badge sticking out there, I'm sure it will offer you the best of engineering as well as luxury. But unfortunately, in spite of this exclusive preview, I've still not been able to drive the car, as this is not ready to be driven yet, so I have to wait for that. But I would trust the V12 motor sitting under this, and I'm sure it will be fun to drive as well. So overall, with the launch of the Dawn, what you will get is a good luxury car, which will also give you an option of open-top motoring. And I'm sure the Dawn here will redefine the standards of a convertible.
The Dawn is expected to be priced at around rupees 7 crore. And if you think that's expensive, then you should have a look at the price tag on the Drophead Coupe, which is priced at a staggering rupees 9 crore plus. But then we never told you that a Rolls-Royce comes cheap.
Today I am outside Bologna in Italy in a place called Sant'Agata, and if you know your supercars, you will know what that means. This is actually the place where Lamborghini produces its supercars. Right behind me, what you see is the empty body shell of the Aventador. I'm told the production process is very specialized, so it's time for me to go and have a look and see how these cars are actually made here.
The Lambo factory here is spread over 80,000 square meters and produces close to 3,000 cars annually. Neither the size nor the number of cars may be daunting. But then keep in mind that like most supercars, Lamborghini too is almost handmade and crafted with utmost precision. And eventually the lucky few who own these cars own objects of high-level engineering with cutting-edge technology and ultimate fit and finish. What goes into the making of Lamborghini is of course material which is suited for performance as well as safety, like carbon fiber and aluminum, which are strong, tensile, lightweight, and of course very, very expensive. If you always wondered why Lamborghinis are so expensive, then a walk through this assembly line will tell you that it's the best of material that goes into the making of this car, and the level of craftsmanship is top-notch, as specialized manpower goes into every detail of the car being built. The result is, as we all know, a car which is known for its speed and beauty.
The body of the Aventador is pretty much made out of carbon fiber at a facility nearby, and after this is being assembled, this is put here. This is in fact the first station from which she begins her journey. Sitting on a trolley, she is pulled by a magnetic line which goes to one station to another. The whole process takes about 90 minutes for one car to move from one station to the other one. The process here is very different. It's not a mass-produced car. It's almost hand-built, and there is a lot of attention to detail being paid. We will take a look at how this is really produced till it finally rolls out of the assembly line as a full-fledged car. I bet you have never seen a Lamborghini like this, which is just about half made. After a few stops, all the electricals have been put in, some mechanicals have been put in, but at this station what they're going to do is fit in the interiors, the seat, the steering wheel, and of course the windshield. After this, it goes into the next workstation where the monstrous V12 is going to be put in. But what's interesting and impressive for me to see here is the use of the material. In fact, you can see the material that I used here is really the best of quality carbon fiber tub in which the driver and the passenger sits. The quality of the wiring harness is absolutely top-notch. It's really impressive to see a car being made like this. It's almost handmade. You can see the things being fitted in using only hand tools. In fact, it is done almost like a hand assembly from start to finish.
The heart of the matter here is of course the massive V12 that is strapped to the back of the car. The Aventador is a mid-engine and the engine bay alone takes half of the cabin space, as the big engine is mounted longitudinally. Lamborghini produces its own gearbox as well, which goes into the car along with this engine.
As you saw, tucking that massive 6.5-litre V12 engine into the middle of the car is quite a job. But once that is done, almost more than half of the job is done, and what is left is sticking the doors and putting the hood on, and what you then get is a fully made Aventador. Just a few more stops left before it rolls off the line. Like in any other premium supercar, or for that matter a premium super luxury car, you're going to actually choose the color of your interiors as well as the material that goes with it. What you see here is different colors that you can order for your Aventador, and most of the material here comes from the skin of the animal. But what I see here today is something that's really caught me by surprise. Vegetarian leather, and that's what they call it. This is not coming from any animal skin. This is in fact leather produced by a process of spinning textiles, and this is really soft and actually good for use. After passing through 12 workstations, the Aventador is finally ready and all set to roll into the showrooms. It takes a team of about 1,000 dedicated workmen and technicians to build a car like this. And next time you see the Aventador, you know how much passion and commitment has really gone into building this car, which is real joy to look at and even more fun to drive.
The weather has changed from hot to pleasant, and well, this is also the time for our winged visitors to make a comeback to our country. Yes, come every winter and literally thousands of migratory birds fly from as far as Siberia to make the moderate winters of our country their home. This week I'm on my way to Sultanpur Bird Sanctuary, which is on the outskirts of Delhi and which is a place where you find a large lake literally dotted with thousands of migratory birds. And to take me there, what I drive today is not just a Fiat Punto, but a Fiat Punto powered by Abarth, which means that this is a juiced-up performance version of the regular Punto. And by the look of it, I'm sure you can gauge that this is one exciting car to drive. The Abarth badging on the side, the decals and the exhaust at the rear with chrome garnishing all spell performance and style. Well, the moment you get inside the car, you realize that this is a special one from the way it is designed. The seats look sporty with hand stitching on them, the instrumentation is all different and certainly sporty with chrome surrounds, and of course the steering wheel sports the Scorpion Abarth logo. Plus it comes with all the features that makes it so practical, like the Bluetooth voice connect, cubby holes to keep your knick-knack, and with ABS and disc brakes on all the wheels plus 2 airbags for the front seat, your drive becomes absolutely safe. It's time for me to hit the highway. Located 15 kilometers from Gurgaon on the Gurgaon-Farrukhnagar Road, Sultanpur Bird Sanctuary is ideal for bird watchers, especially during winters. The park has been declared as the National Park by the Haryana government and is about 1.5 hours drive from Delhi. The Punto here comes with the Fiat's racing arm Abarth, and consequently this 1.4-litre petrol engine spits 145 bhp and 210 Nm of torque, which makes this car an absolute delight to drive, especially on the highway. In fact, it gets to 100 kilometers in just 8.8 seconds, making it in every sense an absolutely hot hatch. So if you're looking for a hatchback with performance as its middle name, then this is the car for you. Well, Well, so finally arrived here in Sultanpur National Park. Time to meet the chirping birds amidst nature. Sultanpur Bird Sanctuary is a bird paradise for bird lovers. And if you wish to spend some time in nature's lap, then this can be one perfect option for you. The entry timings is from 7 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. for all the days except Tuesdays when the park remains closed. To facilitate bird watching, there are 4 watchtowers or machans located at different points. And to provide information and help identify the different species of birds, there's an education and interpretation center, a library, slides and binoculars for the benefit of visitors. Sultanpur Bird Sanctuary is an absolutely wonderful place for all the bird watchers and peace lovers. And if you are a fitness enthusiast like me, then it'll help you burn a lot of calories because it takes 1.5 hours almost to cover the entire area on foot. In winters, Sultanpur Bird Sanctuary provides a picturesque panorama of migratory birds such as Siberian cranes, greater Siberian cranes, greater flamingo, yellow wagtail, white wagtail. It's actually a never-ending list. The sanctuary will certainly amaze you every time you see a new bird. Approximately 250 different species of birds are found here at Sultanpur National Park. Some are residents while others migrate from distant lands such as Siberia, Afghanistan and Europe. Sultanpur National Park is absolutely wonderful place for a nature's walk. So if you're looking forward to spending your weekend in quiet and serene surroundings, then make your plans for Sultanpur Bird Sanctuary. Grab your camera to capture some fine pictures of the birds at the sanctuary. Well, my trip to Sultanpur National Park comes to an end here. It has been amazing and absolutely thrilling. Thanks to my Punto Abarth. It's time to head home, time to hit the highway. Until then, you take care and drive safely.